Good evening and salutations, our soap opera fans. So tonight we are doing best and worst villains of soap operas. So it could be from any soap opera in general. We are doing best. Okay. Um, and of course, I'm not joined by myself. I am joined by my guy Dolomedics and a lovely, beautiful queen cat lady tonight. How's everyone doing tonight?
Hey, Rob.
Happy Halloween.
Everybody doing good.
Happy Halloween. So yeah, so let's get this started. And I'm gonna
Yeah,
start off with with cat lady. Start off with cat lady.
mhm.
Um, so what are some of the soap villains that you like? Like you can say from any
Hmm.
soap opera in general. We'll talk
You
about
know
it.
my favorite is Todd, right?
Oh, so
And
team name
I'm
inside.
probably most of my villains is probably the most of the people that we're supposed to hate because you know how you traded on Sunny and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But Todd,
Yeah. No shade.
matter of fact, Diego, you remember Diego? Because he took my freaking Georgie out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still hurt off of that. I'm still hurt with Georgie. They took at the time they could have took Maxie, but that's all right. Um,
Mm.
and Helena Trops and everything. Her and Faison, and I did like Goofy behind Peter. Sorry, I did like Peter. He was like kept them on their toes. And I love the favorite evil twin, not the good twin, but the evil twin, Ryan.
Ah, okay. All right. Um, Dolomedics.
Well, okay. For me, it's kind of funny because it's like I wasn't expecting this because I haven't been following Days as much as I should have lately. So it's funny that she showed up this week, but I have to give a shout out to Vivian friggin' Madame Alamain. She's crazy and she will bury you alive. Like it is literally like Vivian burying Carly alive is the very first soap opera story I ever got into. Because when
Yeah,
that
yeah.
ground and started rolling over Carly's fresh grave, laughing and cackling like the Wicked Witch of the West,
And
that is
fed her
still the
through
best
like a
scene.
tube or something, right?
And yep, and she had Carly in the coffin, and of course it was Crystal Chappelle looking just like a Disney princess because you know she's just a beautiful actress, and they had her in that coffin in that white dress screaming for dear life. That was so cool. And then Vivian, like literally rolled like I'm talking about. I even heard rumors that the people on set didn't even expect her to do it. They did not know that she was gonna get on the ground and start rolling around, cackling like a witch. It is still one of the coolest things. I recommend people go and see it. I love it. So there's that scene, and then of course, you know, keeping with Days. I have to say, I'm not just gonna be just the Days guy, but keeping with Days, I gotta say, Stefano Demira. Still, my favorite thing ever done was have the audacity to kidnap Marlena and lock her in a cage under in the Paris catacombs. He was so jealous of John and Marlena that he kidnapped her, locked her in a cage, and then when John tried to rescue her, he had like it was like something out of like Batman, where he had like a group of like I guess they were like mental patients or something, and he like put John on trial, and he was gonna like chop off John's head, like he had a guillotine and everything,
Oh,
and
we had a
Mm.
villain.
it was like he was a villain, like he was a cartoon character, like
Oh, like
Stefano was
Peter
like
August then, I guess.
yeah, like Stefano doesn't need to be in Salem. Stefano needs to be in Gotham City. like, like,
That's exactly what they turned Port Charles into right now with Anna running it at Gotham City. What got Jason and Sonny being Batman and Robin.
and okay, and finally, I'm not gonna go too long, but I have to say, just because you mentioned it, Port Charles, all that vampire nonsense with Caleb,
Oh yeah.
love that the
Yeah.
vampire nonsense. And on a more serious note, I'm gonna say finally, all my children and Michael Cambius, because what he did to the Kane women was so sad. Like what he did to Bianca is still one of the most disturbing scenes ever on the soap opera, and I'm surprised they ever aired it. It was so uncomfortable.
What did he do?
He decided to he assaulted her, and they had like a whole episode where they were building up to it, and you knew he was going to do it, and he wouldn't let her leave her house, and she was trying to beg to leave, and he basically, and pretty much the whole point of the storyline is he did it because he knew attacking Bianca, because she was so pure and innocent, was the one thing that he could do to hurt everybody in the town, because everyone loves Bianca.
It's very dramatic.
Yeah, it was really disturbing, but he was a really dark villain. And of course, now
that reminded me of Roger Thorpe.
Roger,
from what's that? As the World Time. Roger Thorpe, when he assaulted his wife, or ex-wife,
Roger and Holly. Mm-hmm. God, the crazy thing about that storyline is, in the 70s, it legally wasn't even a crime. It wasn't a crime when he did it. On the books, it was legally not a crime when he attacked her. It was crazy. It was freaky. That's what was so crazy about the storyline. It just shows how like messed up the world was.
Yeah,
it was messed up.
And LaShanta says Mitch Lawrence from One Life to Live. The show that I got canceled by DC.
Of course. Because we had so many greats on that show, but because of Albert, you know how you get with the Kool-Aid.
Wait a second. Is Albert truly the greatest daytime villain of all time?
Maybe so. Because he is destroying a lot, right? I mean, he's secretly over there trying to get GH to be taken down.
I keep trying to get him to watch my British soap operas, and I blame him because Hollyoaks got cut to three days a week because of Albert. I'm like, man, they used to have all this time. He just ruined it.
That's what I do. Now Ron says, ask Cat Lady and Dolomedics if they ever watched Passions, where Tabitha give birth to baby and Dora at 8 years old.
Of course.
I had to in a little bit of Passions, but I don't remember no birth.
I remember Passions and all that nonsense.
I just remember that doll coming to life, and that freaked me out. I ain't really.
I remember Timmy. I remember Tabitha. Yeah.
I don't know nobody names, but I know Poodlehead Portia came from over there.
Yeah. She was Whitney, and there was a storyline where she thought she had got with her brother, but then she realized it wasn't her brother.
So she can relate to the worse or kissing cousins, huh?
I know. Yeah. She thought he was.
And Jess says hi to you.
Hey, Jess. Happy Halloween. I don't know what Albert drinking. He might be drinking his Kool-Aid right now, but I got real drink.
The shade is real tonight. Ooh, definitely getting bad, Katie, tonight. Okay.
Yeah. You see my name?
I know.
Cat Lady, well back.
Who is your villain,
really
Albert?
My villains would be Jerry Jacks from General Hospital, of course, because he knew I was going to say that because he was everybody's problem. He was everybody's problem, not just once but twice though. Like he poisoned the whole town, and it's amazing only 2 people died out of that whole thing.
Well, so was Helena. She was everybody's problem. She got to everybody. She ain't leave nobody out. She got to every crumb.
Yeah. I like Alcazar. I always thought he was cool. I like Ted King.
Yeah.
I think he's a great actor. So, and maybe Anthony Zakara. I always thought he was just batty and just kind of crazy and everything like that. He really leaned into that nut job side. So I would sit there and say him as well. One of my other villains would be Colin from One Life to Live.
Oh,
I don't know if anyone remembers Colin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But wait, who did you say before him? Manny?
No. Well, yes. Well, Manny
I was
is
about
one.
to say, man, remember when he came in, he looked creepy. He looked like I'm not standing next to you.
Well, that's the thing about that actor. He's always played a villain. Like no matter what movie or TV show he's in, he's always a villain. So like he just
Yeah.
has a very intimidating factor to him. Thank you, Tommy. Tommy says Lily's so ungrateful and really pissed me off today and really think Jill will fire her own son. Lily is needed to go back to her family's company. And I agree with everything he just said too. I really do.
I
Thank you,
mean,
Tommy.
so I guess Jill won't let him. She's not going to listen because I skipped that. After they done played dead with Heather, I'm like, the sharing thing is taking too long, and I can't continue to see homeboy with the blood in his shirt any longer. Like we've been staring at this blood on the shirt for I feel like 6 months now. When can she see him in like a different memory so he could change up? T-shirt maybe before the accident. No, I'm not gonna give him that.
No.
Dominic, what do you think of Lily and her pig-headedness? I don't know if you watched Young and Restless, by the way.
I have been okay. So I dabble in Y&R, but I don't watch it as much. I will say whatever Lily's doing is always wrong. So I'm always thinking Lily needs to sit herself down because I have had negative feelings from Lily ever since she was in that car and she was swerving and stuff and took out our girl Hillary. So me and Lily will never.
That's right.
Yeah, never forget. Lily is why we don't have amazing Hillary. Never forget.
That's right. Dang.
And of course, I gotta sit there and read Tommy's message. Jessica Love, why did you stop watching Young and the Restless? I think that's a very important question, Jess.
Because Jess also said she got tired of watching Homeboy with that blood on his shirt.
I will say one thing that gets me about Young and the Restless, and maybe it's just me, but it's like they're fighting over companies so much, and I'll be real, half the time I forget what the companies even do. So I'm like, what are y'all fighting over? I don't remember. Like I remember Jabot is cosmetics. That's all I remember.
Like what the hell is median? What is Newman Enterprises? What does that even consist of, by the way?
I don't know. For all I know, they make corn dogs.
It consists of the whole entire town individually companies. That's what it consists of. It robs and take companies. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's what he do. He does that and terrorizes his adult children. That's what he does.
Yeah, play Monopoly with them. Like, yeah, buy those railroads. I'm gonna put you over here. Now, what's gonna happen with Adam when he boots him out of that seat?
I mean, doesn't Adam always end up going back to like? Wait. Is Victor cool with Adam right now? Because he like loves
right
Adam
now, but when he pushed Adam a little too far because he made a side deal with Diane. Nikki didn't pay attention to that. That's why he feeding Nikki those lies, talking about something. Oh no, I'm over the Jack thing. I'm not done. I'm done. He suffered enough. Blah blah blah. No, because you made a side deal with Diane to take him down. So what's going to happen? I mean, when Adam found out, because Jack's still his friend, he told him, I don't want to do nothing directly like to him. Now he'll take down dumb Billy or whatnot, but if it's something to do with Jack, he ain't gonna do it. And then you know how Victor gonna treat
him. Now Francis asked Albert Cat Lady and Dolomedic, what are your thoughts on Sam's scene today? And I'm gonna start with Dolomedics.
Sorry. I'm still in the process of watching it. I'm trying to catch everything because I was at work, so I was kind of like watching stuff in between like breaks and things. But I don't know. I mean, I feel kind of, I think they did kind of a good job with the whole end of Sam. I actually felt kind of, I feel like, Alexis and Jason kind of sold it. It was kind of like, oh, maybe we might miss her.
They got my guy to cry.
I know. They made me go like, oh, okay. It made me go like, oh, I might miss Sam. She wasn't always, kind of caring. She used to be cool. It's like I guess we gonna miss her.
Yes, we're gonna miss it. It was the writer's fault for making her a little fatsy.
Yeah, I still say they should have given her a break. Like they should have just. I still am like 10. I'm still like 10 toes down for the idea that when Jason left or when he died or something, I feel like they should have wrote her off the show and let her come back as like Livy Locke or something for like a year or two, and then they could have brought Sam back. Give that woman a break. I mean, they let Roger Howard and Michael Easton play like 15 characters on the show. Like, they could have
Well, I
given.
mean, they did kill her off. Maybe down the line they could bring her back as somebody else, somebody new to just swing over there with Jason. Because who we putting Jason with? Y'all took out my end game. Who we putting Jason with? She can't be with Sasha because Mikey boy over here about to have 2 babies at the same time.
Oh yeah, Jason with he keeping in the family. He with Anna.
Exactly, hot and heavy. I love it. You know, I'm with it.
You know, I couldn't even get through the whole Sam scenes today, especially Alexis when she was talking about get her a blanket because she's cold. She's cold. Just get her a blanket, and she got in the bed with her. And I was like, nope.
Yeah, nope. I feel bad. Alexis, like I will say that one, and Nancy LeGrand can act when they give her good material. Ooh.
Yeah, she let that rip right there. Did y'all see her smelling her hair? She was like, when they put you in my arms and the bed, I was like, oh my God, oh man.
I know I saw your short on YouTube. By the way, I want to sit there and congratulate you for getting 3,000 subscribers. Cat Lady, you are killing it.
Thank you.
So
yeah.
And I was like, keep me up to date on General Hospital. Sometimes I just need a little bite-sized chunk. And I appreciate that.
That's exactly what a lot of people say too.
Johnson says another character Kelly Monaco played on the show is still alive. Her name is Allison.
Alicia.
Alicia Mont. Wait, who that? I don't remember that.
What was that?
See, I don't remember her. Yeah, that's why I'm sitting there saying like, no, on General Hospital.
No,
apparently, right, Jonathan?
Yeah, I feel like that was that like.
You sure that wasn't like an undercover thing?
Yeah.
Jonathan, you wanna kind of expand on that a little bit?
Yeah,
because I don't remember that.
Remind us.
I feel like for some reason I'm feeling like that was around Dancing with the Stars.
Thank you, Francis.
Yeah. No, but no, like I said, Kelly is killing it. So congratulations, shout out to her.
Thank you.
Be nice. We can actually sit there and see your face. Just my personal request, but you're killing it. So
they don't care. They see my face or not the face.
Albert, you making some pancakes?
Oh God, no! Don't bring up the pancakes. It's Halloween. What you want? Some pumpkin pancakes?
Hey, listen. Long as it ain't your mama, I'm cool with it. Okay, now Johnson says, "Put me on the live and I'll explain it." Okay.
Yeah.
How do I do that? How do I do that?
I don't remember. Not unless it was. I don't remember that name. First of all, and they moved Steven Weber. They just had him come in and come out so quickly. I was like, damn, so we really not going to have him bump into Olivia real quick?
He was, you know what, Steven Weber was doing the Lord's work. He came and collected his mama and took her off my screen. Thank you, Steven.
They really took it. First of all, if Curtis didn't have that money, he wouldn't have been able to convince him because he was like, I'm not taking her.
Curtis has been in years. It's like, come get your mama.
Yeah, but like, you the only living child. Come and get your responsibility. My responsibility.
Black Mom says starting the pancakes. Okay, now Jonathan says the character was Sam's doppelganger. And apparently Ron says I replaced you with Nikisha Moore. I don't know what that means, but okay. I sent you the link, by the way, Jonathan.
Albert replaced Cat Lady with Nikisha Moore. You asking him to replace me for Nikisha?
I don't know. You gotta sit there and dive inside his head. Anyway, now LaShanta says, "But did you know Carter meeting an investor banker after Ridge told Ivory they would let him know?" I don't remember that today. That didn't happen today. I remember her getting fired, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jonathan, I sent you the invite. So
the bad thing about the whole Carter thing is like the idea, everything except for the hope for the future stuff is actually a really good idea.
yes,
It really is, because it's like if you really think of all the fashion companies, that's what they do. They start like branching out, and I mean they're acting like they have to do it overnight. I don't know why all the Forrester people acting like they have to do it overnight. That's something you do. That's something you do over years to expand.
yes.
Like I've seen like a lot of companies do that, but it's
I
like
mean, I mean, I get the debt, I get the risk and everything like that. I get the losing your identity part, but it's like it's not something that just happens overnight, though.
yeah.
Like they try to make it seem like, oh, they're just gonna be buying like 50 companies and everything like that, and the jewelry. Like, nah, slow down. Like, what are you doing?
But see, the funny thing about it is the couture usually when companies do that, fashion companies, like whatever your primary product that you start off with, it still remains important. It's just you use that as like your focal, and that's like the thing that's like the I guess the big aspirational thing that everyone wants to go to. And then like there's other stuff that you create so people can feel brought into the company. So like for example with Forrester, they can have like all those $30,000 gowns that Eric makes, but then they can also have like some Forrester, like lip gloss. That's $50 that people can. That
And
people
wait a
can
minute,
get.
those lip gloss do cost money. I'm just gonna say, and all that stuff is high now.
Yeah, get some Forrester. Get the Steffi collection of sunglasses, something like
I
that.
don't know. Get the Steffi collection in her alter ego. I don't know.
Yeah, get the Steffi
Mm.
blazers, or get some hands so she can slap people. Get some get Steffi slapping gloves.
And her sister mom
What's
still
good?
there? She still living?
Yeah, she's still kicking.
Yeah, she's still
Who's
kicking.
that?
Her sister mom.
Taylor.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
She could be her little
Oh
sister.
yes, 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 yes.
That drink working a little quick, ain't it? That's some Kool-Aid. What you got
Oh, the shade is continuing. Listen. I love it. I love it. Happy Halloween, Justin. What's good? Cherry ice cream.
Happy Halloween, Justin. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Now, I did sit there and say best and worst.
Oh.
So we'll start with you, Cat Lady, and Jonathan. I'm still waiting for you to come through. But Cat Lady, yeah, what is your worst? What are some of your worst villains that you can think of?
You know what? She started off to be my worst, but then I ended up liking her as Nell. I did like Nell. I was like, damn it. And finally when she got some spice, they took her out. So I don't know the worst. Everybody got to him. I guess Faison was kind of annoying, maybe. But he did keep some interesting. I just saw one of the Halloween episodes where him and what's face was dressed up as Beetlejuice when they was helping Britt with the baby from the Nicholas, gagging him all up, and that was crazy. Matter of fact, the worst is Ani from YNR. We just got finished getting rid of her. I mean, I do love the actress; she's great, but
Jordan, yeah,
yes,
Jordan, yes,
yes, Jordan.
Okay, I forgot about her. Yes,
that was a little too long.
probably the worst villain. Oh, okay. This was a pretty whack villain. A couple years ago, like Days of Our Lives, they were trying to they rehired the original Roman and had him come on as like Marlena's abusive ex-husband that we never knew about. He was pretty whack. He kind of sucked. And then who else was a really bad villain that we could have? Trying to think. There was another one. It'll come. I
Yeah,
know.
what was that girl name? What's her
Yeah.
name?
It's like usually you try to forget the bad villains.
I know because
I know you try to
they were so
forget
awful.
them. Oh gosh. Because usually the bad villains are like bootleg versions of
No,
like.
what's the chick that they that Ava is blamed to unalive? What's her name?
Ava?
That chick that she took out that everybody hates her for. I couldn't.
Oh,
Could not.
Connie? Are you talking about like Ava? You talking about Connie?
Ava Jerome.
Yeah, you talking about when she took out Connie?
Connie, yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Crazy Connie was whack.
Yeah.
And you know who also kind of sucked? Remember Gigi's sister?
On which show?
Stacey Marasco was real whack.
Oh
no, what show though?
Yeah, from One Life to Live, Stacey Marasco.
Yeah. Oh yes, that lady.
Yeah. Remember? Yeah, she was something. She was very disappointing.
How's everyone doing?
Hey, Jonathan.
Was good.
I don't
Hey,
even know.
Jonathan.
Hi, Cat Lady. Good to see you. Good to see all of you.
Now,
always good to sit and see you.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here tonight. On this special live stream.
Yes. Now you said that you. What was the thing about Sam?
Yes. So there was another character on GH that Kelly Monaco also played that actually looked like Sam. Her name was Alicia Montenegro, and that character I have a little more information about her. I'll pull it up. Just bear with me a moment. All right. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. All right, so there was so according to this page I pulled up, there was a story in 2009 where Sam had to impersonate her European doppelganger named Alicia Montenegro in order to marry a man named Andrew Olson after Alicia's mother Allegra locked Jason in a room where Alicia just happened to be there with him. And Sam was impersonating Alicia, married to Andrew Olson, who wanted to consummate the marriage and almost forced himself on her until learning that she wasn't Alicia. And then Sam had to reveal her true identity. And it turned out Alicia and Andrew were lovers. And Alicia and Allegra wanted Alicia to marry Andrew so she could steal his money. And Allegra was going to kill Alicia afterwards. And then Allegra and Andrew were kidnapped, and Sam and Jason were able to escape then. And Jason killed Andrew, and Sam was standing over his dead body, and Sam was arrested for Andrew Olson's murder, but she escaped jail, and Alicia was put in her place. And Allegra apologized to Sam and Jason later for her actions. So Allegra was Alicia's mother, but Alicia right now she's in jail, so she's behind bars.
Okay, so I guess
So there's always a chance that character could always come back if they want to bring Kelly Monaco back to the show.
Okay. I gotta go back and watch this now because what year was this? I skipped over that.
Yeah.
Jonathan, you said 2009, right?
2005.
2005.
Yeah.
Oh, 2005. Wow. I was a little busy that year. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was doing in 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was you doing? Being a little slut?
Well, Degrassi was on 2005.
That was
remember, you the one keep telling us you had a life back in the day. You did a lot of stuff. What was some of them stuff? Anything
we'll,
want to
we'll
share?
keep that.
He was
No, we'll
watching
keep that in the
Degrassi
member
just like me.
circle. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Jonathan. That's exactly what I was doing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, we can obviously sit there and all agree that Connie was a terrible villain.
Oh yes, worse than Nell Benson on GH.
Connie, and let's not forget, what was that lady's name who sucked too? Whitley.
Yes. Yes.
Whitley sucked. That's who I was thinking of. Whitley
Yes,
sucked.
it was over the top, and
Yeah.
she's the reason we're dealing with Body and Soul now.
Ugh. I honestly, I take that back. The best villain of the greatest villain of all of daytime history is whoever decided to create Body and Soul.
Aw.
Abe is the greatest villain on days right now.
Now that's a good one, Dolly.
Like, ooh.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
I think I'm the only person that kind of enjoy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Today was terrible, but like
Yes,
I
it
enjoy
was.
certain aspects. I enjoy certain aspects of Body and Soul. Like, yes, it's cheesy, it's cringy, but I like the little nods that you get to sit there and see, like what's going on behind the scenes. Like, even some of the nods that they did, like, could apply to Kelly Monica's situation when you really stop to think about it. So I can enjoy that part.
Yeah, but today episode, the whole when Leo was imagining Body and Soul, it was just an example of bad acting. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but there were certain parts in there that was kind of funny though. Like, it wasn't
Yeah,
the worst.
Yeah, how about the
It
part
wasn't the
where
worst.
they mentioned Arrow and the Flash?
Yeah, see, like little things like that I can appreciate.
Yeah,
You know, like I get that it's cringy and it's over the top, and I think it's meant to be that way. But I think there are certain little gems if you can just stomach it long enough that you can enjoy.
I would
yeah,
say I like some of the meta stuff that they did early on with Body and Soul. Like, for example, the actors, like it was like the actors on the show who were supposed to be the Body and Soul characters, like the actors playing them were named after characters that the people who had played on other soap operas.
yes.
So you
Like
could that,
like,
yeah,
like in the credits on one episode, there was
yeah.
one that said Tucker McCall as Crush Manning.
Exactly. So yeah. And everyone knows that you know the actor who played Steve used to play Tucker McCall, so there was
Yeah.
that. And then they I forget her name, but they put whoever Kate's Bolden, the beautiful character, that was her name on the show. And of
Phyllis?
course they used they used that, and then they used I think they used Catherine Bell, didn't they?
Maybe.
I think they used Catherine Bell for yeah. So
Was that today's episode?
no, it was like when they were first doing it, when they would show when they would show
Oh,
like,
okay.
credits and stuff, and when it was supposed to be like a background show that A was watching, you know. So it was fun.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one villain who was a pretty menacing villain was Alistair Crane on Passions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I say he was a pretty close second to Stefano, in my opinion.
Alistair was just evil for no damn reason. Pardon me. Sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Like you get his latte order wrong, he'll like bury you alive, put you in the
Yeah.
something like that.
And he did some unspeakable things to Catherine Crane.
Yeah.
Now, Jay Blue says Adam Chandler.
Yes, that's what Lashanta said. Adam Chandler also.
Good.
So yes, he was the best.
Yes.
Adam was good.
Yes.
You know who we keep forgetting to mention, and this is funny because this was the main reason I know a lot of us were happy that Cynthia Watros joined General Hospital, and then sadly enough, Nina has not lived up to it. But Annie Dutton Lewis,
Yeah.
Yep.
I just now have mentally got myself to understand that Nina ain't never gonna be Annie Dutton Lewis. I've been waiting for her to try to throw Carly out of a plane or something like that, and she just.
I thought she was going to show a little Andy Dutton when Carly hit that she was her daughter. Willow was her daughter again. And that little chapel, I was
Church.
like, oh, she's going to take her out.
You know what? And you're right, because she used to, one thing that I always used to like that and they kind of dialed back with it, but remember how like Nina used to she played Nina as having that tick where you kind of like she say something and she kind of look at you with the crazy eye and you like, here it
But
comes.
she still got that crazy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit where you like, what you gonna do, Nina? Who you gonna kidnap?
Their eyes always wide, and then I'll be looking at her trying to figure out who got the craziest eye, her or Drew.
Asa Buchanan.
Oh yes,
Asa Buchanan.
Asa.
Yeah, Asa. He was racist too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, I
How about
didn't
this?
know that about him.
The greatest villain ever on One Life to Live, the casting director that thought we wouldn't notice that Blair used to be Asian and became a Southern white woman. That's the greatest
Thank
villain on One
you.
Life to
Thank
Live.
you.
They
I
cast
feel
him
like I'm the only one. I was like, was that Twilight Zone?
Yeah,
Nobody
what is
remembered
that?
that she started off to be an Asian joint, and y'all
That's
just
crazy.
switched her out to the
That's
homegirl.
crazy.
Nobody remembered her.
And from what I understand, they did that same recast with Trina on GH.
They did, because she looked like I think she was half Asian, from what I understand.
I don't know, but she was beautiful. And
Yeah. And let's see, other good villains. I thought Stavros Cassadine was fun.
Stavros was good.
MCD said Frank Smith. Yes, because Frank Smith started all this crap. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Blackman says Janet Green from All My Children.
Janet from Another Planet. Yep.
Yes.
Now that's how you do crazy. Now she had the tick. She had the tick.
Yeah, we all consider him Vixens. Yeah.
You know who else did? From As the World Turns, James Stenbeck.
Yes, I remember James.
Yep.
You know how much you have to hate a woman to put her in a bull ring and have a raging bull chase after her? Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, that's what he did. The actress who plays Aunt Jordan, she was Barbara on As the World Turns, and James Stenbeck used to love.
That's why I was like, I love her, but
he did was he put her in a bull ring and unleashed like a raging bull to chase her behind.
And during the 2000s, their son Paul Ryan was played by Roger Howard.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me see. Another good one.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Well, did you already mention Orpheus?
No, we did not. And actually, it's funny too, because it's actually on my list too.
Yeah. So.
Now, Sheila Carter. What do y'all think about Sheila Carter and Ryan Smith you're saying?
Well, first off, she doesn't need any more kids. She has 4 already. She has a granddaughter in General City who's grieving her mother. She should focus on that.
Sheila is reaching that old woman who lives in the shoe territory with them kids.
Oh.
But yeah.
Wait, how many kids she got living? It's only
4,
like
she has 4 kids.
4, yeah.
She has Mary, Warwick, Daisy, and Ryder and Finn.
Okay, so where's Daisy at?
She has one with
Daisy. Yeah, Daisy's in Genoa City at Shady Brook, I believe, in the mental institution. She's Lucy's biological mother.
Yep.
Everybody sure she's still there? Like, who took Heather out? I was just
a lot of people believe it might have been her.
I feel like they'll whoop that out when they want to really redeem, Sharon.
I mean, not unless Lucy got a 2-way street going on or something. Who else taking her out?
One grandma is Phyllis and the other grandma is Sheila.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when you think about it, this would have been a good time to bring Sheila over to Genoa City, for her to be part of this storyline, because she's not really doing much on BMG right now anyway.
Yeah.
Now unless Jordan pop in one last time. I don't know. Who took Heather out?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, Jordan started out as a interesting character, but she got cartoony and she just overstayed her welcome. That was my biggest issue.
My biggest issue is how she got away with handling everybody at her age. You was able to handle Nick. So wait, and then when she kidnapped everybody, so you mean to tell me your little old self took the child, her, and everybody else to the location? No help. She did that by herself.
Randy does jazzercise.
Hmm.
Do that
Okay.
awkward aerobics.
Exactly.
She take weights for real.
Yeah. Oh, here's another good villain.
Yeah.
Shiloh on GH.
Oh, Shiloh was a good villain.
Yeah.
Was Shiloh a good
You know
villain,
what?
or
He
was
was
he like a
one of the
dollar?
worst. I didn't.
I mean, he was bad.
Yeah.
See,
But he was like a lower version of Mitch Lawrence, though,
yeah.
because they were
Yeah.
both cult leaders.
Yeah.
So like,
See,
Yeah.
Shiloh reminds me of like what they'll sometimes do, and I know I bring this up sometimes, but he reminds me of what they would do on Holy Up, so they would come up with villains. Like literally, what they'll do is they would just name a random occupation and put the word evil in front of it, and they'll make a villain based upon that character.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, they have had an evil nanny. They've had like a crazy serial killer nanny. They've had like an evil influencer. That was like one of their last big villains. Was an evil social media influencer, like an evil soccer coach. Like job,
Yeah.
and put the word evil in front of it, and they'll build a storyline.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
Now-
just remembered another
now
good
Francis
villain.
saying Jan Spears.
Oh,
Jan.
yeah, Jan Spears. She was entertaining. I'll say that.
she's necessary when Belle and Sean get boring. That's when she comes in.
My
Yeah.
thing with Jan is because I've watched the show so long, I have a soft spot for like the Belle, Sean, Jan, Philip crew, because they were literally, when they were portraying those characters in high school, I was the exact same age as them.
Yeah.
So I always have a soft spot for those characters. Now I don't know, with the sourcing and stuff, I don't know if we're supposed to be the same age now, but I know we were the same age for a minute.
Yeah.
But the thing about Jan is I know she's a villain, but I have trouble feeling sorry for her because I know why she went crazy. Because at first she used to be just like kind of a bratty mean girl, but then she became obsessed with Sean. But I know why she's obsessed with Sean. Because the backstory about that is like Sean rescued her when someone like assaulted her, and she became fixated on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry for her.
Yeah. Another
Now, Chris,
villain on Days that was pretty good was Lawrence Alamein.
Yeah.
Anybody with a name like that, I guess so. What?
He was Vivian's nephew, and he was married to Carly Manning. He basically was pretty abusive towards her, from what I understand. Like I remember when her daughter Melanie was born, he actually tried to throw her off a window in the hospital, and then when they appeared again back in 2009, or I believe Carly was trying to leave Lawrence, and he was like abusively trying to get her to stay, and then she had no choice but to stab him and kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and because of that, and then after that, Vivian came back and tried to avenge him.
Yeah.
And you're talking about, I think McD said they're talking about pouring Hornsby. Now, Kristen Demarin.
Yes.
I mean, would you consider her a villain, or would you just consider her like she just does bad stuff sometimes because
Kristen's a villain.
Kristen is
a villain. Like at first you kind of feel sorry for Kristen, and then you like, nah, Kristen, you don't have to do all that. Kristen goes
Hey,
hard.
wait a minute. That's the lady with on Days, the blonde hair on, the one supposed to be after Brent. That's why I started watching it, because I liked it her. So I guess I just yeah.
I see. The thing I do miss is I have to say I like this version of Kristen, but I do kind of miss the Eileen Davis and Kristen, because I feel like she could go up against Marlena too. Like this Kristen, I feel like I can't see her going up against, like she has to kind of play in the kiddie pool, so to speak. Like she has to deal with like the younger characters a lot, and the other Kristen could kind of flow between.
Yeah.
So
I guess I kind of like this version of Kristen because she reminds me of Sharon Stone a little bit. Like she has that kind of vibe,
Yeah, she do
or
got a
more like a
little.
connoisseur. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she's really good. She's good. And speaking while we're on the subject of this actress, she was really good on Young and the Restless. She played what was it?
Patty Williams.
Patty, yeah, Crazy Patty. She was good.
Yeah.
She's really good. She can do crazy really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Kristen, I heard, I think probably tomorrow's episode, she's not going to be happy seeing Brady with Ava.
yeah, that's kind of like we would all expect that though. You know, if you watch the show, we all expect it. Now, Sean says Esme.
I liked it, Esme. I started liking Esme. They could have gave her a little longer run.
I like that. I think it's good that I like Esme because I felt like they were building up someone for the younger generation.
Exactly. We only got 4.
Yeah, I mean, let them. I mean, because I think, just like the Last Blast crew they can always pull Jan out. I feel like Esme will always be that person who like just gets to Joss and Trina forever. Like she'll be that person that just rubs them the wrong way, which makes her interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and it was also interesting the fact that like people really didn't like Esme, but like the actors are like really good friends in real life. Narana says Luna Nazara. What do y'all think about that?
Yeah,
And I'm gonna start with Cat. I'm gonna start with Cat Lady.
Luna was interesting. She could come back. Let's go. She should get out early, right? I mean,
they keep showing her on the intro, so I'm like, y'all gonna have to do something with her at some point.
Well, yeah. Don't she get some visits or something? I mean, we got to bring her back. Get out of there.
Dolomedics, what do you think of Luna?
I have to say I like Luna. I think the actress did a good job. I know I can tell that. I mean, we all know that they just kind of pulled it out of nowhere, but they cobbled that together like they really planned that out. But we know they don't plan nothing out of the bold and beautiful. But it was really it was like I said, I like Luna. I mean, although I have to say the thing that cracks me up about the whole thing with her, and I think I mentioned this once in one of your one of the chats, was the fact that like as soon as she went evil, all of a sudden she started wearing black leather in like the middle of 90 degrees in LA. And it was just like no one knew that she was evil. All of a sudden she was just wearing leather for no damn reason. Like
yeah, she started dressing like a race car driver. What's good, Spider? Yeah, and of course, Spider says Peter August, which I did like. Jonathan, what did you think of Luna?
And Cherry said Franco, and I liked it both versions of Franco. The time when the real guy who played Franco, yeah, he was nuts. He made me a little nervous.
I have to ask you guys, what do you think about like redeeming villains? Like,
fun.
I mean, like, okay, so you know how they'll have someone who's like a really good villain, and all of a sudden they have to, but you don't want to get rid of the actor, so you have to kind of mellow them out a little bit. Like,
well, that's what I was hoping they do with Peter. I mean, he didn't, you know what I mean? He was entertaining.
I don't know. I'm torn. Like, I like them to be garbage, but I know you got to keep the people. Like, for example, Ava, like General Hospital. Well, both Avas, they had to mellow both Avas out, but both of those, like GH's Ava and Days' Ava,
because the Ava Jerome should have been able to handle that last cuz situation and all that, and Betty. Okay, she would have handled that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like you had like the whole Betty thing. You had Connie. Like these women would not have dealt with those two women. They wouldn't have dealt with that. Like the Ava on Days once rigged the plane and tried to kill half the town. Like the Ava GH was just ready to pop off at a moment's notice. Like Betty would have caught one for Betty would have been down on the ground touching Ava. Come on now.
Yeah, I think we can all sit there and say that because we all know, who had the biggest reaction to that slap that Ava had. And he knows what I'm talking about. He
Well,
knows what I'm talking about.
and the real Ava Jerome though, Albert, you don't think that she would let that slide? You really think Betty would have walked the hell out of there after that? Yeah, no, you wouldn't able to got that hand back to your side. First of all,
Remember that time that she took off her earrings and started throwing hands with Carly in the bathroom? Like that, it takes a
thank
certain type
you. That's
of
what I'm saying. Like, are they scared to do physical stuff now?
yes.
Is
I don't
something
know.
going on?
I miss cat fights.
Did somebody get sued that we don't know about? And
I
they
mean,
just stopped it.
I miss it.
It's Carly.
I
It's
think
because
that
of Carly hit Laura, right? It's because of her hit. I mean, what is it? What happened?
I mean the last slap was, I think the last slap I saw was Liz and Obrick when Obrick smacked the fire out of her. I think that was like the last true woman slap. And then they just stopped it.
I
Could
know.
just be Disney. Could just be Disney.
Yeah.
None of the soaps do it anymore. I mean, like Bold and the Beautiful. Like every now and then you'll see Steffi like be like, "I'm the queen of LA," but that's not how they used to do on there. Because the original Stephanie
No.
used to
First of all,
just at Brooke for just looking at her the wrong way.
and that Carly and Connie fight that they had outside of the elevator that lasted felt like 15 minutes. I was like, damn, y'all could do all this, but y'all can't do nothing now.
Exactly. I miss those.
Now, did anyone, just switching topics a little bit, did anyone sit there and see Bold and Beautiful today?
Yes.
I saw clips.
So you know that Homegirl got fired, right?
Yes.
Oh wait, Hope.
Yeah.
Hope got fired, yep.
Because
She got her pink slip.
Yeah. Because Steffi assumed that
Oh,
she
wait a
was
minute.
making a move
I
on
thought
Finn.
she wasn't going to get no pink slip if she went near the dock. She went to Finn.
No, she.
Here's what happened.
Yes.
So Hope changed into some kind of dress, and while she was in the divider changing, Finn walked in, not knowing anyone was in the office. He was leaving something for Steffi, and then when Hope heard him knocking a couple of pencils down, she assumed it was Carter, but she was surprised to see it was Finn, and then Hope like tripped on something and landed on Finn, on top of Finn, and then Steffi basically walked in and she saw it, and she basically yelled at Hope and said, "Hope, get off of my husband," and then Hope wasn't really able to explain directly about why she was in that outfit and all that, and the entire situation. So Steffi basically assumed that she was just making a move on Finn, and then basically that was the last straw for her. So she fired Hope, and she's canceling her line.
Yeah, it came across more as a cartoon. That's what it came across. It came across as a cartoon. You know what? It wouldn't have happened if she would have been sitting there working on her line instead of sitting there trying to find time for Loving in the Afternoon. And I thought it was pretty funny.
Hope. Okay, so I'll be honest. I'm normally a Hope apologist because I try to. I know the Logans are horrible, but I feel sorry for them because they ain't got no home training. I'm just like, baby.
God damn.
Well, yeah, I mean, look who her mama is. Yeah.
They like them little, you see them, you know how you see people and they just act, they don't know how to act. And you want to be mad at them, but you be like, you just weren't raised right, were you? That's how I look at the Logans. So I feel like Hope, she really needs to end that line. Like they need to have come up with something else for her to do. Like I feel bad for her. I used to like. I mean, I still sort of like Hope as a character, but she's kind of reaching the point where she's pathetic now. Like she's disappointing me.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole thing is like with Bold and Beautiful, it always just comes across as very cartoonish. I mean, I know Days of Our Lives comes across as the most cartoonish, but it's like, I mean, you trip, you fall on a man, and I'm like, bro, this wouldn't even have happened if you would have been working on your failing line. Like, they've been giving you way too many chances. Like, let's put it this way: even if she didn't get fired today, she should have got fired for her failing line. So either way, she should have just got the guy in pink sweater.
Hope's not
That's
even
how I'm looking at it.
her. I mean, at what point, like, what does she bring to the table? Like, girl,
Yeah.
like, she can't even pick up a pen. I'm like, draw a sketch or something. Like, color, do something.
She thought her looks would get her through, just like her mama did. I mean, look where her mama landed.
Yeah, exactly. Except for her mama actually got curves, but yes, yeah, I get it.
Brooke, even okay. So everyone's, Brooke she Brooke, but in Brooke's defense, Brooke is low key educated and actually smart. Brooke is a chemist. Like, she actually created a whole formula that like revolutionized Forrester creations. So Brooke, even though she was always in her lingerie, but every now and then she work. Like, Hope just is in her lingerie all the time and trying to kiss and Hope don't work. At least Brooke kind of she every now and then she closes her legs and works. Like,
Well, good thing that she do, because somebody has to, I guess. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now,
They're
Kevin,
not going to bring Thomas back for nothing, huh?
I don't know if they're actually going to bring Thomas back. That's like they're saying, are they going to bring Leslie Charles back as Monica? Most likely not.
Oh yeah, no. Didn't they just say Monica? They released something about her health, right?
Yeah.
They said that most likely she's not going to be coming back. But what did they release though?
I don't
Something
know
about her health is not doing so great.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically they mentioned because of her health, she's most likely not going to be back on the show. So they'll have to find a way to explain it on the show, unless they want to like keep her existence there until like something happens to the actress, and then they'll formally write off the character. Like they may want an opportunity to actually like bring her back for one episode and then and to actually give her a send off. I guess that's probably what they're planning on doing.
Domex, how do you pronounce his name?
I think I can. I think it's Adoracon. I think
Adoracon.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah, I think
now
so.
Olivia Jerome. Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone.
Oh yes,
what do you think
Olivia.
About
they didn't give her 2 seconds. They just hurried up and knocked her off the screen. Thanks. She didn't even get a chance to get in nothing.
Yeah, the actress who played Olivia Jerome was actually also on One Life to Live.
Yes, she was.
Yeah,
I heard she wasn't happy about the way that they killed her off though. Like they did it off screen, and it's like she wasn't really too happy about that.
Yeah, she was. I feel like she deserved that. They could have done something with that character.
Yeah,
because truthfully, Sonny needs some interesting rivals.
Yeah, exactly. And they really screwed over Julian Jerome. Like he was done dirty at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. He came in as this notorious mobster, and then at the end of his run, you have him running scared after being forced to do work for Cyrus. I mean, he got blackmailed by Nell of all people, and then he was just on the run and all that, and he just wanted to die. He was just begging for him to like be put out of his misery. I mean that's not the Julian Jerome that we were introduced to.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
You're in their villains. I don't get that. It's like almost all of them. They seem like they kind of, whenever they want to keep a villain on the show, it feels like these soaps they basically kind of like they almost neuter them a little bit. The only ones that I feel like they don't do that to is really Sheila, because she will stay crazy.
Yeah, and Clyde and Orpheus on days.
Yeah, Clyde and Orpheus.
Yeah.
Well, Clyde and Orpheus, they will sit there and put them in jail, then they'll get back out, then they'll put them in jail, and they'll do it like that. Like Clyde has way too much power. Okay, this
Yeah.
man couldn't even sit there and get a job, and yet he's somehow able, in Supermax, is able to order all these hits and have all this money and stuff like that. It's like this. Well, it just comes down to being cartoonish. So
That always throws me off too about Clyde. I feel like they kind of just they went from him being kind of a small town, kind of small town hood, to him being like this big mega international criminal like overnight. You know.
Yeah. I think the problem Days has right now is they don't have a resident villain. Like they had that with Stefano, but they don't have anyone who lives in Salem that's actually a notorious villain. Like I think maybe they need to introduce probably a new Demera or something like that.
I see. I thought they were doing that with Dude, but then they decided to kind of go a little bit goofy with him and make him a Leo.
Yeah.
You know,
oh,
which
you mean I can't remember his name. What was his name?
Dimitri.
Dimitri.
Dimitri. Okay.
My thing is, I feel like what they should have done with Dimitri is one thing about the Maras is they're known for like their obsessions. You know, they're known for being obsessed. The fact is, I thought they should have done like a take off the whole Demera obsession thing, and like have Dimitri be like fixated on either Andrew or Paul. So you have like a Demera, so you get you get it where it's more modern, where it's like maybe the LGBTQ thing, but you still get the old school classic Demera obsession storyline. But like, you know, just do it, change it up a little bit, because I think that would have been kind of fun. Like have like storylines where like Dimitri's like trying to kidnap either Andrew or Paul or like, you know, whatever. I would have gone that route, because they did make him pretty formidable, and they did say that he had like a lot of power. So
yeah,
you know,
or if anything, they could just bring back Megan Hathaway.
Yeah, Megan. I like Megan.
Yeah.
Megan was actually really good. It's just I don't know. See, that's the thing. Sometimes it's like we have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. Like even when Dimitri just left, it just seems so random, right? But then you look at somebody like EJ, and you can consider him to be somewhat of a villain, like kind of a villain, but not really. Would you even consider EJ to be the villain?
Well, he did do he did do worse things back when James Scott was playing him.
Yeah, no.
He was pretty dark when he was James. This version of EJ, I think, is I don't want to say they mellowed him out, but I think they kind of like made him like less posh, so he doesn't seem, because like the James Scott version of EJ was always came across like he went to the best schools. He was very elite, very like well-to-do, like this, like above everyone else. This version of EJ comes across like a jerk that's kind of posing a little bit, because I can look at this EJ and be like, yeah, Susan raised him, but the James Scott EJ, Susan didn't raise him. He didn't. He's ashamed of Susan. If Ava had done something to his mama, he would have been like, oh, okay, that's cool. So what you saying is I don't have this crazy woman coming in my house no more? Now, if she had done something to his beloved Samantha, that would have been something else. But Susan, he would have been like, okay, cool, cuckoo. You know, that cuckoo's gone. This version of EJ, like I said, I like it in a way, just because it plays it off like he's kind of been, you know, putting on, you know, like he's a little bit better than what he is. Like you can kind of see him being raised by her, but I don't know. I mean, like I said, I like the actor, but I do kind of miss having it be like a bigger deal.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I mean, I don't know the other version. I only know this version, so I'm like, this is the one I'm generally going to sit there and stick with. But let me ask you a question, Kylie, because I think do you watch all four of the soaps, or do you just generally stick with the three? Because I know you watch General Hospital, but what other two do you?
Just the three.
Which one are you liking the most right now?
Y&R.
Which one are you liking right now? Or the most?
Well, I told you I'm already sick of
Y&R
Y&R because I was sick of this sharing stuff. But the rest of the stuff with Y&R is fine. Like this whole Victor going back and forth and Nikki finding out, that's fine. That's great. And I told you, oh yeah, wait a minute, hold up. So what we Albert?
I said, which ones do you like? Like, which one are you really feeling right now the most to the least?
No. I said, are you ready to say sorry about Diane?
Oh, it's yeah. You know what? Yes, but it's just so weird because I felt
Mm,
like what's good, Samantha? It's so weird because I felt like because the fans have been from day one snitches saying that Diane ain't ish and Diane's gonna sit there and show her true colors. That it's like the writers was like, okay, fine, we'll just give them what they want. So yes, Cat Lady by default, I'm gonna
no.
sit there and yeah.
That's why Tucker McCall was sitting up there laughing so damn hard. He already knew the real Diane. They had the whole shebang.
But I feel like it could be a ruse though. I feel like it could be a ruse. I gotta hope
I
that
feel
it's a
that way
ruse.
too. I think Jack and Diane are planning something against Victor, and they're basically faking this whole breakup just so Victor can let his guard down.
All right, so Diane little plan to make a side thing with Victor is just her and Jack's plan. That's what you think?
Yes, that's
It
exactly
makes
what I'm
sense.
thinking because Victor basically like turned Kyle against them in a way. So I think they basically plotted this whole thing just for Kyle to somewhat come back to Jack's good graces and to take down Victor from the inside.
It makes sense.
But
It's funny
but
too because
won't
Kristen. No, you go, Kelly.
but won't that
You
just
go.
make little baby Cal angrier? Like he gonna be like, yeah, y'all used me, y'all played me, you didn't trust me, you da. Yeah.
The sad thing, he gonna say it just like that too.
Well, I think maybe it's their way to expose Victor, and I don't know, maybe show Kyle who Victor really is, and that he doesn't really have his best interests and all that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I love how Kristen said, "Wow, Albert, that was almost painful to watch." Because I think Cat Lady wants to then kind of prove a "I got you" moment. Ain't that right? Ain't that right,
I'm
Cat
just
Lady?
saying, you know how you be like, I'm always right, I'm never wrong. Yeah, you remember everything.
Wow, wow. That's how I come across. That's cute. I like that. Okay. Um, and she's not even trying to deny that shit too. Okay. No, but it just like I said, I think it up until I think they're doing that. I just think they're doing it in a very lazy way. It's the same thing with Luna. Like how Luna just turned out like they decide they want to make Luna make Luna the villain. It's the same way they want to sit there and make this whole ruse thing because on paper, as far as we're watching it, wouldn't make any sense. Like they have private arguments, and Kyle couldn't always have been there to sit there and see those arguments. So like that just wouldn't really make any sense. But I think that's what they're doing. They're just going about it in a very same lazy way that they did to try to make Luna the villain. And Francis says, "You go, Cat Lady." We're gonna call her Bad Kitty at this point. Let's just be honest.
I put both names up there. What happened? Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh.
We got the little cup today.
Do you remember on Days there was also Deimos Kyriakis?
Yes, I wish they hadn't got rid of him. I like Amos,
Yeah.
but I feel like I was maybe one of the few people who did because people seem like I had like a bad rep. He
Yeah.
was good. I like Irizarry played him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just made me think about somebody too. And you know who I'm
Yeah.
talking about, Jonathan. The dude that did that really terrible thing to Allie, and then we was all
Charlie
what's his
Hey,
Dale.
name?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, speaking of which, he's gonna be on Beyond the Gates. The
Yeah, he's
actor.
on the gates. He's one of the
Yeah.
gates. He's one of the
One of the
he's one
gay
of the
characters.
he's like
Wow.
one of the official
Yeah.
cast members. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They start filming tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
they
gonna be
do.
really exciting.
Yeah, they did their ribbon cutting yesterday, and they start filming tomorrow. I swear, I hope they have like a studio tour because I want to be nosy.
I was just about to say, whose studio they using? They in ATL, right?
It's not, and everyone assumes it's the Tyler Perry studio. It's not. It's another one. I forget the
Oh,
name of
okay.
it. It's not Tyler Perry Studios. It's like another studio.
I was just going to make sure to ask them not to use Tyler Perry wigs. That's all.
I know.
I
Yeah, a lot of
want
people,
them.
if they keep the studio, just keep away from his wig department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be really exciting, and I look forward to meeting whoever the first villain we see on that show is.
My theory is this with the villain with the show. I think so. We know who the initial cast is, right?
Yeah.
We've done a pretty good job with the rollout.
Yeah.
But everyone keeps waiting for like a really big name. I have a feeling that like when they give they have a couple of recognizable people, but
Yeah.
they don't have like a
Mhm.
big name. And I have a feeling that when they pull out a big name, it's gonna be like their first villain.
Probably.
That's like my gut.
Oh, probably.
Like pulling out because everyone's like rumored like maybe Taggart's gonna be on there or something.
Yeah.
But I can see them doing.
But wait, Tagger is going over there, right?
Well, that's the
they
rumor,
just
but
said that basically he has a new project coming up, but he didn't specify what it is. So
Yeah.
people on social media are assuming it's the Gates, but that's never actually been confirmed.
yeah, they've released their full cast so far. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if like that first cliffhanger, all of a sudden you see like someone pop out.
Now, Francis says, "Hey, Albert, do you think that Kelly Monaco may go to the Gates?"
She could if she's willing to move to Atlanta. I would say.
I
Oh, wait,
wouldn't-
where's she at now? She in LA,
She's in
right?
she's in LA.
I wouldn't mind her on the gate, but I do. I think they're doing good with diversity on the gates. They do have they have other characters and stuff. But I'd be careful as far as like the initial casting of big people because you don't want them to pull too much focus.
They're probably going to show them a
Yeah,
big cast later.
yeah. Because doing something like that, because if you put like a Kelly Monaco in there like the first month or two, that changes the whole dynamic. I mean, this was a show that like it was envisioned with the NAACP, like they were really putting some, they really put some thought into it. They researched who's like some of the core group of soap viewers. So I'm like, yeah, I think they're doing some yeah, I would mind seeing the Kelly Monaco, but I'll be honest, I wouldn't want to see Kelly Monaco like in like the first maybe 6 months or so.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah. Right off the bat, I think it'll be like a little too much.
Yeah.
But I also don't think that they should have probably. I mean, just going back to like Taggart or whatever. I mean, I don't
I'm
think
so
they should
mad
have
that he
probably got
never
rid
got
of.
his shot after that elevator thing, that scene.
Yeah.
I think you did a review, Cat Lady. I think you called somebody a Walmart version of something. Oh, it was Michael.
Michael, the Dollar Tree version, because
the Dollar
we got
Tree,
the Dollar Tree version, Mike, giving us the reaction that we done waited months for, and we get him.
You know what? GH is so quick to do that. Like they really will pull out a substitute like that.
They did that with Sam when the whole Rick came back and we had the other chick and not the real Sam. When you saw Rick, I'm like,
yeah, I'm kind of like sometimes. I mean, GH, I understand y'all on a tight schedule, but is it that tight?
Exactly. You couldn't squeeze that in real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all rearrange your scenes and stuff, but come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially for
we
that
know
initial part.
Yeah.
The way GH acts sometimes, I swear, if I would just walking by the set, they're like, "Hey, you want to fill in for Jason? Steve Burton's got the call." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. Well, one character we're definitely not going to get any dollar version of.
They would just live. I mean, I feel like they would
Sure,
just
why not? Let's go.
Yeah. One character we're definitely never getting a Dollar Tree version of is Sunny.
No.
Did they ever actually replace Sunny once?
No,
I remember them replacing.
No,
I remember
no.
them replacing Alcazar.
Either.
Yeah.
They don't fill in for Sunny and they don't fill in for Carly.
No,
Yeah.
they just sit up there and write him some stupid Nixon Fall story to give him time off that he needs. That's all.
If Carly have a cold, Carly don't film. Shoot. If Sunny got a cold, Sunny don't film. If Sunny, Jason, Carly, everybody else, they'll just grab whatever actor's available.
Yeah.
I remember one time I think the actor actually got hurt. Sunny, like Maurice Bernard got hurt, and then you saw him come in with a cane. And I remember that scene specifically because I think it was a little bit after that he wound up being with Alexis, and that's how they had Christina. And it was this really awkward loving in the afternoon scene where it's like he's trying to make out with her, but he also has to like hold himself together. So I just remember that part, and I'm just like, yeah, they're not going to replace this man, even if it's for a day.
He said no, he would do this till he died.
Something you will never hear the role of Sonny Coronel is being played
by his ghost, because ain't nobody taking over.
You will never hear that.
Yeah.
The role of
not under his name.
Being played by the hell it is.
But they'll do it to Alexis though.
Oh yeah, they will do it to they'll do it to anybody.
Oh.
Like Jason, Carly, and Sunny are off limits. Everybody else, they'll just pull somebody. They'll ask anybody to do it. Shoot.
Yeah.
But see, as you know, and it's funny too, because like as funny as that is, like what does that sit there and say? You know, like what does that sit there and say?
It says I'm indispensable. That's what it says. Sunny Corinthos. That's what it says.
Yeah.
They should probably get GH needs to have Emily O'Brien on retainer. Just give her different wigs so she can play different people. We can get a wig version of Alexis, a wig version of Elizabeth.
And they probably should have broke away from GH a long time ago and just made a side story for Sunny and the mob and named that something else and kept their precious hospital stories at General Hospital. We could have been having like.
I feel that they were trying to do that with Port Charles initially.
But yeah, then they brought vampires in that joint. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Francis says, "Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining Cat Lady and Dolomedics and Jonathan."
Good night, Francis.
Hi. Have a good night, Francis.
Yeah. Because Port Charles was supposed to be kind of like, if you really think about it, Port Charles was almost supposed to be kind of like Grey's Anatomy before Grey's Anatomy was a thing. If you really think about it, because they had like the young.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you remember, like the first year or whatever,
they sure was.
Yeah, it was great. Port Charles was Grey's Anatomy.
Yes, it was. Everybody was there. Oh, I loved the first year of Port Charles.
And then they were all like little young interns sleeping with each other. That's what
remember how happy they was when they got their jacket?
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. Port Charles was the original Grey's Anatomy. They better sue.
You know, it's actually funny too, because like people always sit there and say, some people complain like, oh, they should go back to the hospital, they should do the hospital stuff, but like
that's what I'm saying. So see, all this time, Sonny could have had his story, his Mob Jones, and y'all could have kept your GH hospital story. We send them over there.
I mean, I think the closest we'll probably ever get again to like the hospital stuff is gonna be we had the Scrubs era. We had the Robin Patrick era because they were strong characters that you could put them as a counter to Sonny and Carly. Because Robin, she's a big deal. You could kind of have like Robin and Patrick and all their little friends having adventures in the hospital. And then you had Sonny being Sonny.
Yeah, you know what it is. I felt like they tried to do. I think they tried to go back to the hospital stuff twice, and I felt like it didn't work. Like they did it with Poor Charles, and then they decided to do supernatural stuff, and then they did it with Night Shift, and they did like 2 seasons, and it's like it didn't work. So it's like, okay, y'all wanted the hospital stuff, but y'all didn't really
But y'all
support
not
it.
watching it. So that's why
Yeah,
we kept it together. That's exactly. See?
You just have to have a strong lead for it. Like I said, Patrick and Robin were strong enough for us to care about the hospital. But if without them, it's like I don't care about them the hospital. I mean, I
That's
feel
what
like
I'm saying. So Robin, you can't pop in at all to come see your mama. I
no,
mean, she almost died a lot of times. Dog, you ain't.
Robin, you were Robin thinking he didn't pop in when Mac was raising. You were living in Pine Valley. I had to come see you.
I want to sit there. I
Yeah.
want to sit there. I want to sit there and ask everyone what do they think about the whole Holly retcon thing, and I want to sit there and start off with Cat
I,
Lady.
I was just thinking, I was like, dang, yeah, Anna and Holly. Like, Anna used to be the rap. Felicia used to be the real rap of deadbeat moms. But y'all just made Holly, like, she came, like, she had ice cold veins. Like, oh no, I was just not going to be happy. What was the point of that? What you had her? It was your responsibility. You just dropped her off at your mama's. And wasn't her mom a scam artist too, or what not? Like, she wasn't as bad as Holly, I guess, but this is what we got. And can we get Sasha done said Ethan name so many times. Did they meet? They met before? Can we get him in there? They gonna mention off John talking about, oh, he got tested for Lulu off screen. Yeah, of course, because y'all
Hmm.
still got the Dollar General Ethan over there too, because that light bright was not it for me.
Damn. Okay, Jonathan, what are your thoughts about the retcon Holly story with
Yeah,
Sasha?
yeah, that just came out of nowhere. I mean, we were under the impression that Sasha's mother was dead for years, but apparently with this story, we find out that the mother that was mentioned wasn't actually her mother, and they had to ruin the whole Sasha and Cody pairing by making Robert Sasha's father, and I can see why why a lot of fans are pissed off about that because people liked Sasha and Cody together, but now they can't be together because they're related.
And
Yeah, I
why? Because
mean,
I told y'all she was gonna go back to Michael at some point.
unless they do the whole guiding light route.
Which I don't think Disney will allow.
You know, I specifically said that just to sit there and see Jonathan's reaction.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
like I
ain't
said, they
gonna.
have other options. There's plenty of other people that could come who's already in Port Charles that they could potentially be with. Like I did mention before, but I'm gonna ask you guys right now. Okay, how would you feel? Like maybe this won't happen. This is probably a long shot, but what if Cody got together with Christina? How would you feel about that?
Why not? I'm sick of them just bringing out the fact that she likes women. She likes men too. So why can't she do both?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yes,
true.
Cat Lady, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Dolomedics?
Um. About the Holly. The Holly thing to me, it's definitely like they definitely like went back and just changed history. I'm okay with it because like I like mess, but I'll tell you my dream storyline for Sasha, and this is just how chaotic I am. I secretly wanted it to turn out that Nina didn't just have twins; she had triplets, and Sasha was one of them. And that we discover it when Dale comes back from the dead, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, this is your sister too, and it's a big dramatic thing. But I'm a weirdo. I like mess. What can I say? I watch Date of Our Lives, so I mean that's all I can say. But I don't know. I mean, I think I will say this. It does. I think I feel like they almost did the Holly thing in a way to kind of make Jason and Archie not seem so bad.
Don't be explaining like any of this. No, you ain't got nothing to do with
I
this.
feel like Holly is such trash. Like Holly is the worst parent on General Hospital, and that
Exactly out of nowhere.
that is hard.
She even beat Rick, right?
Like she beat all of them. Like we got like you have to remember, like General Hospital.
She made Heather look.
We call it the League of Extraordinary Deadbeat Parents. Like it is just every parent is like more garbage than the one before, and then all of a sudden Holly just swooped in and she just
wiped it all clean.
Like
everybody got a fresh start.
Here she got Felicia looking good. She got Anna looking good. She got Jason. All these
she got Maxie to give Felicia an apology.
Yes, like literally. Now on every parent on General Hospital can look and say,
I feel like I could still see Maxie giving Felicia the fire in the middle of that courtroom. Remember when she came? I was like, dang, I can never talk to my mother like that.
The funeral where she said you do. Like that scene, that scene lives rent free in my head where Felicia was went off on Felicia. Like she is, I mean, Holly's trash. Like, I mean, the worst part about it is she knew all the stuff that Sasha was going through.
Thank you. And Sasha was like, oh, I guess your sympathy card got lost in mail. You got that right, because she was in town too busy worrying about that necklace when you was getting all locked up into the nut house and all that. Remember? So she was over there.
She said, Holly even goes, oh yeah, I've been keeping track. I'm like,
what good is that? Because Gladys took all my damn money.
I'm like, everyone who watches General Hospital wants to give Sasha a hug.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that actress walks down the street and people are like, baby, come on, bring it in. Like, well, Holly, that is crazy. I'm just, Holly was created to redeem all the other. I'm sorry. Yeah. Go ahead, Albert.
That's when we really wish that Nina was poor Sasha's mama, because you would have been better off with Nina. Nina, of all people, you would have been better off.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've said that when she was being, who was her actual mom? Who was the other chick? The chick that put her in the cult?
Yeah,
Harmony. Harmony. Yes.
Yeah, Harmony. I was like, yo, listen, as much smoke as y'all sat there and gave Nina, which I gave her too, I'm like, yo, listen, she didn't put you in the cult. So like you might want to kind of just bring it down a couple of notches. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at one point Sasha did mention that she stayed with David Vickers in Landview. So apparently she has ties to One Life to Live now.
And that's another thing. Why is General Hospital teasing us with One Life to Live? Because they keep hinting at all these amazing storylines that we are just not seeing.
I know.
But they're like, man, remember that time Blair had an affair with David Vickers? When? I want to see this. What's going on? Remember that time that Sasha tried to contact? Like, what happened? Was Dorian there? What went down, Sasha? Tell us the story. You can't just say it and not sit down and spill the tea.
Yeah. What
she
if we
did drop his name, didn't she? Yeah, she sure did. Can we get a later visit? I don't know.
What if David Vickers actually does appear on GH at some point?
David, he needs to tell us what's been going on with his life for the last 15 years. Because this sounds like it's fun to watch.
Yeah. Didn't they have that other dude from All My Children, the one that Erica Kane was going out with? I can't remember his name. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know.
Montgomery something.
Jackson Montgomery.
Yeah. I mean, they can sit there and get Erica Kane. I mean, I'm pretty sure Susan Lucci isn't really doing much right now.
I think she was supposed to come when they dropped her name when Martin dropped her name. Something happened though. Maybe her schedule or something was off and they had to change it up. So all those back in the behind scenes changing up for the writers, they keep doing it. But she was supposed to come. When they dropped her name, she was supposed to come.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
That we have to meet.
Well, hopefully I can sit there and say my favorite bookstore again. I've met her a couple of times, so just
Yeah. So
not to brag or anything.
Of course, you don't do that.
Absolutely, Kathleen. I'm sorry, Bad Katie. Now, before we wrap this up, any last thoughts I would sit there and say? And we'll start off with gorgeous Cat Lady, Queen Cat Lady.
I just hope for the rest of this week we get that GH will wrap up the Sam thing better. Can I get more flashbacks with the people who actually was there? I know they're not going to show Molly and Christine. Damn, we can't get those flashbacks. We can't even get those flashbacks, right? So I just hope they do flashbacks with everybody else.
Yeah. Alexis, that would have been really good. Just saying.
Especially with Elizabeth. When Elizabeth was standing there, she had to tell Jason, and Jason was so stuck. I was like, oh God, I don't know how y'all gonna do this.
Yeah.
Jonathan, any last thoughts?
Yeah, I think probably as far as the villains thing going on, I think maybe GH could probably give us a little bit more on that department. I mean Cyrus at one point was a pretty decent villain, but now they watered him down. I think Days, like I said, probably could use a resident villain who actually lives in town and not just appears occasionally in jail. And I think overall that's what really needs to happen with most of these shows. Just give us someone a little bit more regular and instead of occasionally, but don't try to redeem them just to keep going on the show. Just find other ways for them to still be notorious. Because if you have a character like Joe Goldberg on You, who's literally the main character and he's also the villain, then I don't see why you couldn't do something like that on the soaps. Yeah.
Dolometics.
I mean, like, well, I mean, I guess like from a standpoint, like I said, I do wish I agree with Jonathan. I just wish they wouldn't. I will say as far as that goes, I would love for them to let some of the villains be powerful and stuff, or actually have some real rivals. I feel like, for example, good night. I know, for example, like they don't want their heroes or their Victor or their Sunnies to look weak. But the thing is, one of the cool things about them is watching them, go through challenges. Challenges for some of our favorite characters are having really good villains. So that's just something that they go back to. And as far as the Sam thing, like I'm with Cat Lady. I do hope they, it was rough how she was let go and everything. And even though I'll admit I'm not like the biggest Sam stan, I'm not the biggest Sam fan. I mean, I think the character, the character had a good run, and it would be cool if they just gave him a little, reminded us of some better times.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely sit there and say, I mean, the missed opportunity for me, or I would sit there and see is scenes with Alexis. Sit there and see that struggle because they didn't like each other in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get along in the beginning. Nope. And they have, they have a really, they had a really good relationship after, but that took time to build up, though. And it was a bumpy road. So, I mean, as cool as they showed the whole Jason and Sam thing, which was needed, they should have also did that with
When Alexis was doing the thing.
Yeah, they should have did that too. So
I don't know. They might be saving. They might be saving it for the rest of the week. Because I mean,
that's true. They got a
might be
funeral.
saving.
So
It's hard to become the Davis girls. You know, it's happened overnight.
yeah, I mean, it kind of sucked. They didn't. The last scene with them was them acting like a
Them
pair of
fighting, arguing.
Exactly. And not even actually being at the hospital too.
No, that's what I'm saying. And it's not like Alexis wasn't on the phone. She called them down. She said, "Where are y'all? Y'all supposed to be here." So what happened?
And tomorrow they're gonna argue again.
Ooh,
Hey.
man, that's gross.
No, Kristen, I think they're actually going to sit there and show a funeral. I mean, she's been on there for 20-something years. If they don't show a funeral...
Oh, yeah, they better be. Yeah. I mean, we could, they better show a funeral. I mean, you did all this. You're not going to give her a funeral? That's what I'm saying. I think they're going to drag it out, because if we're going to have a funeral, then we still got people that got to learn that she's gone. We still got people to go. It's a lot of other people to go flashbacks by.
I'm curious about the aftermath. I think as much as I think it was rough, I think the aftermath is going to be good. Because I mean, you got things like Rocco, like stuff like Rocco and Jake interaction with each other, like stuff like not Rocco and Jake, but Rocco and Danny. I'm sorry, stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, died.
But Lulu could potentially wake up tomorrow. Like we might see the new Lulu tomorrow, either tomorrow or sometime next week.
Yeah, I mean, at least I make the sacrifice a little less impactful. Yeah, I mean, a little more impactful as far as like, it sucks, it's sad and everything like that, but like at least something good came out of it.
So. A nice treat scene would be if GH could give us a Sam in the afterlife meeting up with Lulu. Like, what are you doing there? One of us got to go back, and they send Lulu and wake her up.
Maybe they'll do that. Maybe that's the last thing
that scene that you just described, if I didn't know you were a One Life to Live fan, I would know you're a One Life to Live fan. That's what they would do right there.
I was going to go for days, but okay.
Like, say you're a One Life to Live fan without saying
exactly. Like, pass the torch. You got to go in and say,
like, what?
We can hear it.
Go into the light.
I can see how more as days, but okay. I don't know. I guess because I got One Life to Live canceled, so who the hell knows?
And I got Port Charles canceled.
Oh. Well, we just ruined it all soaps then, ain't we?
All the soaps. We just have to stay strong. We got to keep loving on our soaps.
Yeah.
Oh, Cherry said, what if Sam bumped? Oh, yes. They could have given us an afterlife with Sam and her brother, Danny, who passed. Remember?
Yeah, they could say that, like, just because her character's gone doesn't mean that she's gone necessarily. I heard that in some site. It'll be interesting to see how it's transpiring.
She'll be back. When Frank get over that argument.
Probably. Yeah. And she could come back as Alicia.
Or somebody totally different, like August.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin, who killed you, by the way? Oh, we don't know. We don't care either.
Yeah.
I wonder if they even remember that. I mean, he just don't this year no more. No one's asking questions.
Whoever took Austin out, he knew who it was, and whoever sent Ava that gun was connected. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Austin Gatlin Holt, the forgotten quartermain.
Yeah.
It's never going to be solved. That murder mystery is never going to be solved.
Yeah.
I think I'll just give up at that point.
To be solved. Care to look. Care enough to look.
They're gonna show back months ago and be like, Betty did it. That's who did it.
You know what? Did the people know he's gone, right? I mean, have any of the characters mentioned him?
What?
Like Austin, has anyone mentioned him, or is it just like, man, has anyone been like, man, where's Austin?
I think he mentioned like maybe months ago, like literally like about 6 to 8 months ago. He mentioned, and then that was it.
Yeah.
No, wait, yeah, no, Maxie was the one who brought him up. She was discussing him with what, Cody? She was talking about him with somebody.
Was she just like
Yeah.
in a couple months? was it like that? Or?
And it's like, oh, you remember that guy, that doctor that helped you save the baby and all that good stuff, and nobody helped solve his murder? Yeah.
I think she's right. Like I barely remember it though. But yeah, I think that pretty much kind of covers it. I do want to say thank you all for joining tonight. Definitely, if you're not subscribed to Cat Lady's channel, definitely subscribe to her. She is killing it. So definitely support this woman. Champion Dolomedics for getting a YouTube channel one day because he is also just amazing.
Yes.
He's amazing. Like he's confident. It's like he's been doing this for years. So
no, I like you guys. You guys make me feel comfortable. You all are awesome.
Thank you. But yes, definitely champion this man to sit there and get a YouTube channel. And thank you again, Jonathan, for coming through. You are my Michael Baldwin to my Victor Newman. So always appreciate you in general. Thank you.
Absolutely. And join us next time for another edition of So Chat with Aberrotic.
Thank you. Have a great night, everyone.
All right.
And we'll see you in the next one.
All right. Hit the like button.
Happy Halloween. That works. Yeah.
Be safe.
All right. Take care. Happy Halloween.